Timestamps in the description, I guess. I would like to briefly talk about a few things that I like and recommends. And no, the channel updates part of the title isn't clickbait. I'll get to it. Hold your horses. Also, sorry if I sound tired. That happens sometimes. Anyway, so one day earlier this year, I decided to start watching anime for the first time. Well, okay, not necessarily the first time per se. My childhood wasn't completely devoid of Japanese animation. The Transformers Unicron trilogy, Sonic X, and Little Witch Academia all come to mind. But this year was the first time I made a more concerted effort to watch more than just Western animation because, I mean, have you seen the state of the Western entertainment industry? My dad got sick of it years ago and started watching Korean and Chinese shows. And I decided to follow suit, albeit in a more animated direction. So far, it's been absurdly wonderful. I now have some new favorites, and I haven't watched one show or movie from Japan that I don't like. So that's nice. I mean, it certainly can't last forever. But today, let's just talk about one of them, because if I didn't limit myself to one, we'd be here all day. Now, drifting away might seem very slow and boring, but then it hits you like a bullet train. And by the end, if you aren't crying, I'm convinced you're not human. What is there to say? Well, okay, I have to say something here. The film is visually spectacular. It has a great moving soundtrack. The characters are all very well written and likable. Heck, even the one who's supposed to be annoying is likable. All the vocal performances are great. In the Japanese version, at least. I wouldn't know about the English version because I'm a diehard sub man. The story is impactful, more so than I was honestly expecting. Its setting is eerie and imaginative. It was just a good time. I like it. My dad liked it. Edith recommends. This one's on Netflix. That's where I watched it. Go do it now. Trust me, you'll love it. Now, Netflix just casually decided to take a break from producing schlock to instead make an absolute amazing banger. Now, I'm not an Ultraman guy, and I don't know all the lore and various versions of the character or the universe, but I know a good film when I see one. Honestly, unless Transformers 1 or Sonic 3 defy the odds and manage to completely knock my socks off, I can feel I can rest easy saying that Ultraman Rising is my film of the year. Really, it's that good. The story is amazing, the villain is great, and the animation throughout, from action sequences to just scenes of the characters talking to each other, are a visual feast for your eyes. You will not regret watching this, trust me. I'm not saying anything else, because this is one of those films where you're better off going in as blind as possible. Too Long Didn't Read version, this is a film about the importance that parents and children have in each other's lives. I love it, my dad loved it. Edith recommends. This is on Netflix. Duh. Go watch it. I haven't really gotten into a comic since 2017 when Archie's Sonic comic run ended. But boy, has that changed. Daniel Warren Johnson's new Transformers run is quite possibly the best Transformers story I've consumed since, Chrono. Animated? My goodness, it's been that long? Man. Well, okay, Bumblebee exists too, but that was kind of an anomaly. Anyway, the new comic is good, and everyone else thinks so too, because it basically outsold all of Marvel and DC, apparently. Now, no spoilers, please. I'm collecting the trade paperback, so I haven't read past issue 6. And you have no idea how hard it's been to avoid spoilers. I've actually had to refrain from using the TF Wiki too much. And if you've been to that site before, you know that's hard, because that place is freaking hilarious. Personally, I'm just glad there's a new story in this franchise that isn't completely disinterested in telling a story about actual war. Cough, cough, Earthspark, cough, cough. What do you mean I'm not supposed to read the word cough? But mostly, I'm jazzed about the fact that Optimus is allowed to laugh again. You have no idea how long I've been deprived of the guy from my childhood.
Amazing. A booby trap that actually catches boobies.
I'm also jazzed about Jazz. He finally gets to show up in something. Seriously, where has he been? And Cliffjumper doesn't immediately die, because that's now Bumblebee's job. And the best part about Cliff is now, instead of turning into a Porsche, he turns into the tofu wagon. Deja vu. Sorry, what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, the gritty war comic. Now, how gritty, you might ask, naively, not knowing this is being made and produced by the Walking Dead Invincible people. Well, Starscream squishes a lot of humans in this, which is very novel, all things considered. Seriously, way too many Transformers stories these days are way too bloodless. Not that I want all Transformers stories from this point on to be grim, dark, try-hard narratives distilled from pure nihilism. I've just had enough of this franchise being as kiddie as it has been. Can we have one new serious animated series that is grown up and not comically try hard and unnecessarily grim like the Netflix trilogy was? Just one show, please? I don't feel like I'm asking for too much here, Hasbro. Anyway, I like the new comic. Can't wait for the Transport to Oblivion trade and everything after. I might even try out G.I. Joe, which is something I never thought I would say. Edith recommends. Ah, yes. This film has gone through a sort of renaissance of appreciation, hasn't it? But man, Speed Racer is so good. I might have to make a proper full-length video on it one day, but not now. I'm busy. This film was way ahead of its time when it comes to action. All the races and fights. They even got the anime speed lines into one sequence by masking them as snow. Absolute genius. And I love the story and the themes and the message. The entire thing is just one big, beautiful takedown of nihilism, and I am here for it. Sure, it might be a bit cheesy. Spritle and Chim Chim might get a wee bit annoying at times. And the CGI can be a bit Spy Kidsy at times, but man, do I love this movie. So if you like fast cars and family, watch Speed Racer or Fast and the Furious, but Speed Racer is better, trust me. I like it, my dad likes it, Edith recommends. It's a Wonderful Life is literally the best film ever made. Yes, the terminally online Zoomer's favorite film isn't even in color and has no action sequences in it. Well, technically it is in color depending on which version you watch, but whatever. Its age is really unimportant to me because all good art is evergreen. It's supposed to last and always be relevant in some shape or form. And man, every time I watch this film, I laugh and cry. Seriously, the ending gets me every time. I can't help myself. I find this story about a man who believes he's lost everything only to realize that he's changed so many lives for the better and that he does want to live in spite of the challenges thrown his way. Really powerful every time. Heck, I love this film so much I've willed it into being a family tradition to watch it all the way through every New Year's Eve. Yes, I know it's technically a Christmas film, shut up. Man, isn't it weird that two of my favorite films were box office disappointments? Although to be fair, two of my least favorite films were disappointments too. I like it, my dad likes it, my mom likes it, at least I think she Edith recommends. This film is public domain, I'm pretty sure, so you shouldn't have trouble finding it. Okay, channel updates. Now this first bit is an addendum. Literally, as I was writing the script for this video, the view count on Dustborn Steam reviews are very funny. It went from, 100-ish, which is about average, and then it went to 200, which is slightly up, wait, 400? Nope, 900! Oh, so, for those unaware, that exceeds the view count of all of my previous videos combined. What? So, I'd like to thank my family and friends for supporting me, and almost 1,000 videos on one video, my goodness. I still don't believe it. By the time this video is out, that number is going to be even more insane. Oh my goodness, it is now 1,000. So, everyone new? Welcome! I'm the funny sick man who review media real hard. I honestly just slapped that Dustborn video together on a whim within a weekend and didn't expect it to pop off like this. My backlog is nothing but me complaining about Lightyear. Man, wasn't that a film we all remember, huh guys? I made this channel to primarily give the long man treatment to media I have a strong dislike toward. And yes, that means that an overly long critique of Dustborn is not out of the question. But not right now. I'm broke and I'm busy. Oh yeah, speaking of Lightyear, I'm gonna take my time with the rest of that critique. I haven't actually written any of parts 10 and 11, let alone recorded or edited them. So don't expect it until next year because I need to take a break from Lightyear and work on videos about things I actually enjoy talking about. But right now, parts 1 through 9 are up and they cover almost everything wrong from the opening to the end credits, so watch them if it piques your interest. Playlist is in the card, up there, or in the description or something. But the main update that is important for you to know is that I'm gonna start school. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm gonna be taking online courses at Anim School, learning 3D character creation, so hopefully I could take my Blender skills and translate them into an actual job. And then I could finally move out of my mother's basement. That's a joke, by the way, we don't have a base. So maybe uploads won't be super frequent from October onward, but hopefully my schoolwork would take up the time I usually spend procrastinating, as opposed to the time I actually spend working on stuff for this channel. So what are my upcoming plans for over here? Well, I guess I'll do more X game, Steam reviews are funny, and other similar content, seeing as you all like the Dustborn video that much. And oh my goodness, the Dustborn vid has 1,500 views. I thought about doing Concord next, but the Steam page for that game has been nuked. So, unless some angel donor comes along who saved the reviews so I could read them, you guys are out of luck in that sense. Now, I was gonna say it will be hard to find funny Steam reviews to put in new videos, but that's because I didn't realize there was a literal funny filter on Steam reviews. And yes, that does mean I went through the entire production of the Dustborn video without realizing that was an option. It was really easy to find funny reviews for that game. It's not like there were that many to sift through. Transformers 1, which is the stupidest name for a movie ever, comes out this month, so expect a review on that after I see it in the theater. Arcane Season 2 comes out this November, and to say that I'm excited would be a gross, atrocious, and horrendous understatement. So yeah, expect at least impressions and thoughts videos as the episodes come out. I presume that it's not gonna come out all at once because season 1 didn't come out all at once, did it? My next big boy project is an in-depth Sonic movie retrospective. I'll be covering most of my thoughts on the first 2 movies and Knuckles, and hopefully I'll get it done and posted before Sonic 3 hits theaters. Now, if any new info trailers or clips come out of Sonic 3, I will make reaction/breakdown videos of those just as I did for the first trailer. You should totally watch that video, by the way. And I'm still planning on seeing Sonic 3 in theaters and reviewing it either immediately afterward or after I've slept on it for a month or 2. I have plans for other things throughout the rest of this year and the next, but don't feel like getting too far ahead of myself. So, to everyone who has recently joined, and to those who have been here since the beginning, thanks. It means the world to me that a bunch of people are willing to give some of their free time to engage with the things that I make and post on the internet.